I stayed up till about 1, and I felt I should have gone to bed earlier because I was tired, and I had nothing to really stay up for. I don't watch. I watch the games, and they just annoy the hell out of me. And that poor Bryce Love kid, God, um, they're told to by their coaches, okay, to try to physically inflict pain on the guys to get them off the field. Many of the defensive players admit it. Okay, Willie McGinnis has done it on TV. Rodney Harrison, no. If we know something's wrong, we're supposed to go after it, and then we're supposed to sweep the leg. Christian Laettner, and I watched that one thing. Yeah, Christian Laettner, he cheats and he does this to get people to win. It's I told you the thing with Michael Jordan when I watched him cheat against the Jazz, and grab Brian Russell by the ass because Brian Russell could guard him, and he grabbed Brian Russell by the ass and he pushed him out of the way and he made the winning shot, and everybody talked about it was part of his greatness. And you're like, he sat there. There's a well-known story that when he came back to the NBA, Brian Russell came up to him at a shoot around and said, "You know what? I was watching you play, and I think I can guard you. I think I can guard you." And then Michael Jordan grabs Brian Russell, takes him to Karl Malone, and then asks him, "Does this belong to you?" And then Michael's gotten older, and he's not as dominant as he used to be. And in the NBA Finals, Brian Russell is guarding him on the same move that he made to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers like 10 years before against Craig Elo, who's a very good defensive player. And against Craig Elo, he just takes him to his right. He stops. He acts like he's going to drive. He stops. He plants his foot. He jumps back in the air and goes up way up high for a jump shot, like I used to do. It's fun. But you go up and you have them thinking you're moving one way, and then you jab step, and then you push yourself back up off your one leg, and you leap up in the air, and there's nothing they can do about it because they're going for your move, and then by the time they go up, and you're a gunfighter, man. You put a hand in your face. They can put a hand in my face. I already saw where the basket is. It's not like the basket's gonna move. The shot's going in. I've got you. I've already lined it up, and I know where it's at. Like I used to do when I would sit there, and Tony Jackson used to get mad at me because I would sit there and look the other way, and I'd get my peripheral vision, and I'd shoot, and it was like I wasn't even looking at the basket. But I would do it driving through the lane with my leg kicked one way and looking the other way, and between two big guys, and shoot it off at an angle, and it would go in, and they were like, "That's just goofy and crazy," and it's like, no, it was amazing, and it was done with a lot of class and panache and style, and it was like, God, that was a fucking amazing shot. And I did it. It was for show. It was for show because they would say I suck, the two guys, they were all district and all state from Peoria High School, and they won a state championship and all this from these state championship teams, and Tony would always say that, but you suck and you're beating me. It's like, I don't suck. I'm really good. I just goof around with my friends, and I got kicked off the team because everybody thought I was a drug dealer. And then I just quit because I got tired of playing because when I went to the park and everything, and here nobody pushes me down and tries to hurt me, and we all play on the honor code, and we play with these older guys. There were older guys in the gym that made sure that people didn't, get aggressive and foul and cheat and abuse and stuff. So when we played the games, I was playing against the guys I should have been playing against in high school, and I'd dominate, and they couldn't stop me. And they were state champions, at one of the Peoria high schools. They went to the state championships and stuff, and beat Buckeye, which won all these championships in a row and stuff. And so I was like, I was playing against the kids that I should have been playing against in high school, and I was better than they were. And they were like, God dang, and they were good. Another kid's name was Pat, and he played forward, and he was about 6'3", and he played like a kid that was 6'3" that played forward. That kind of like Jeff Kaufman. Pat was better. He was good. He was athletic. He's probably like Robert Leidenheimer, who Martin, talked about what a great basketball player was, and it's like, I'm sure he was good, but I don't think he was great. But no basketball player is great. Only God is great, but you can be really, really good. And I'm sure he was good, but I was really, really, really good. Like I said, when I looked at those things, I was like, "You're better than Steve Nash." I was like, "Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was better than him. I was more athletically gifted than him. I would sit here and mess around with stuff I could still do in the kitchen here practicing my basketball and doing high step between the leg dribble moves and other things and stuff like that. And I was in my 40s being tortured by the military and stuff, and I could still do some things more spectacular and amazing than what Kyrie Irving does because I was quicker and a more explosive leaper than Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving's good though, man. I like watching him. He's really really good. He's a very good basketball player. But if I had practiced and worked on the things with Kyrie and Steph, they're good. But I was more athletically explosive than Kyrie or Steph. And I don't know if I would have spent all my time lifting weights and doing push-ups and wanting lifting weights and doing push-ups and lifting weights and doing push-ups and practicing shooting further and further out and getting more accurate at it. I just wouldn't want to spend all that time and effort exercising and throwing the ball at this round thing of metal with string on it. I told you I'd probably play my first 5 years and then I'd go make love to my wife and raise my kids. I just wouldn't want to spend all my time getting real good at taking a rubber ball covered in leather and throwing it through this ring for people to yell and tell me how great I am. I just don't see I think there's more to life than being really good at jumping and running and making people miss you and then throwing the ball over them into this ring with string on it with a nice wood floor with a bunch of people yelling at you and telling you how great you are. I just don't see that. No. It's like, what? And all the time I was doing this, my child was growing up and learning how to be Bud from Father Knows Best, who's pissed off because the one guy wouldn't tell everybody in the meeting that we only gave 39 cents. I didn't give any of the money. It was someone else, and Bud was the one who put together all the things for it. So it was probably Bud. So I think Bud should be the person who does this and not me, guys. But he didn't say anything. And I'm the type of person right off the bat. Now, it wasn't me who put the money in there. It was someone else. And then Bud, it was me. Okay, well then Bud should be in charge of it. I didn't do it. If you know you didn't do it, you tell people straight up right off the front. It's like your penis, me and Pat. You can't lie on your deck. All these people, I've got this and that and that. No, at the most it's ever been 5 3/4. 5 3/4, 5 3/4. That's as big as my penis gets. If you want a bigger penis, you're gonna have to go have sex with someone in the NBA. Okay. As for me, that's as big as it gets, and my circulation is not getting any better because I'm getting abused. And when I try to get it better, they abuse me. They depress me. They send programs through me and their Wi-Fi that depress me and make me sick. They put drugs in my food, and everybody watches and doesn't care. So, as far as sex with any super divas and stuff like that, I don't even know what the possibilities are. I think, as far as people like Stephen Hawking and the Rockefellers that are all pissed off at me or making them feel like shit because they act like shit, I don't sit around thinking, I'm going to have all the spectacular, wonderful makeup for all the sex and affection I missed out on with Jennifer Lopez in the future, because she doesn't kiss people as passionately as, it's when you watch her and stuff and she kisses Michael Vartan and she kisses, what's his face, Alex O'Loughlin. Nah, it's the kiss, you look at it and it's like, they try to make her do more of a romantic kiss with Matthew McConaughey on The Wedding Planner and stuff, and you have to embrace and do the whole shove your face into the other person's face and, do the whole Clark Gable, Olivia de Havilland thing. And Mom sat there and she said she loved that movie, and she goes, but Olivia Havilland hated it because Clark Gable smoked. And she thought he was kind of an arrogant and kind of a prick, kind of like they said that Jennifer Lopez did with George Clooney, that he was full of himself and kind of a jerk. She didn't want to do the things because she was married, and it was making her husband at the time jealous. And she was like, no, he's full of himself, and he thinks he's God's gift to women, and it's a pain in the ass. I got a cuter husband at home. And my husband's jealous of him, and my husband's more attractive than he is, and I keep telling him that. But he's like, it's George fucking Clooney. So he lets you know it's George fucking Clooney all the time. And he's always telling everybody how hot and amazing he is, and it fucking sucks. And he tries to be Mr. Popular Guy, and it's horrible. It's like, yeah, I didn't think about that. It's, yeah, when she kisses him, you're like, that doesn't look like that great of a kiss, because she doesn't, it's like I'm kissing my brother. Kissing Alex O'Loughlin is, my husband's right there and so are my kids, and I'm kissing this guy on a bed acting like I'm married to him with chicken in my hair. And it's like kissing your brother for a job and to get paid, and it sucks. It's like, well, then why do you do it? Because what we do. Oh, wow, that's weird.